Actually, some people will pressure wash their shingles when they have moss on there. That's the worst thing you can do for them. It actually takes years of life off them. The proper way to get rid of moss on a roof is to use a soft scrub method.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back. Cameron Stewart here with eXp Realty out of Rome, New York, serving you right here in the Mohawk Valley. I'm joined again by Nathan Durant of Durant Home Inspections, Verona, New York. How are we doing today?
Good, Cameron. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Folks, we're talking about everything related to inspections in real estate. We're trying to educate as many people as we can so we can be proactive when buying and selling real estate in the Mohawk Valley rather than reactive. We're going to be sitting down talking with lenders. We're going to be sitting down talking with insurance agents. Today, we're talking to an inspector. Nathan's an expert in that. Today, we're talking about roofs, whatever you want to call them. There's a bunch of different types. They're very expensive to replace. It's important that we take care of them, especially here in upstate New York with the climate we have. Nathan, tell us a little bit more about what you're looking for when doing a roof inspection.
Sure. And as you said, roofs are very expensive to replace. They can be one of the most expensive things to replace. And they do have a life expectancy. So don't think your roof's going to last forever. But what we look for when we go up on a roof is a shingle condition, or if it's steel condition, and then slate. We look for missing tiles and stuff like that. But with a shingle roof, we looked for nail pops. If a nail is sticking up, nail head should always be covered by the shingle. If there's a nail pop, that allows a path for water to enter to start a leak. So we look for nail heads sticking out. We look for lifted shingles. We look for loose shingles. We look at the valleys of your roof where two roofs come together, create a valley. It's always a lower slope than the rest of the roof, so it's more apt to leak in a valley area. And then around flashings, around your chimney or vent pipes, you have what they call flashing, which is usually a piece of metal flat stock that they stick under the shingle and then against whatever it is, the chimney or the vent pipe. Very common areas to start a leak is around the flashing.
So it sounds like it's all about water. Is that right?
Yes. So when I go up on a roof, I think like water, how water moves down the roof, because that's where it's going to enter. Like I said, if it goes against your chimney and gets in the flashing, like I said, that's why I always look hard around the flashing.
Yeah.
Area.
Our winters obviously take a big toll on, well, pretty much everything around here, but especially roofs. Can you explain what's actually going on there? What the snow and the ice is actually doing to our roof when it sits on the roof?
So snow doesn't hurt your roof too much. When you do have ice buildup, that can obviously, well, snow adds weight and ice adds weight. When you have ice buildup, they call them ice jams. You get them towards the eaves. They can actually push up under the shingle, and then when it melts, you can get water under the shingle. Some of the biggest natural causes to roof damage, if you have trees too close to your roof, either their branches are rubbing against the shingles or they're shading the shingles and allowing moss to grow, and moss holds moisture. Shingles are not waterproof, they're water resistant. So you can't hold water on a shingle roof. It's just designed to shed water. So if you have a flat roof, if you ever seen a flat roof, they use a rolled roofing instead of a shingle because it's too low of a slope. But yeah, and actually some people will pressure wash their shingles when they have moss on there. That's the worst thing you can do for them. It actually takes years of life off them. The proper way to get rid of moss on a roof is to use a soft scrub method to protect the shingle as much as possible.
Now, since we're on this topic, you mentioned don't pressure wash your shingle roof. Is there anything else that you see homeowners do that they shouldn't be doing when trying to assess or take care of their roofs?
Sure, I've seen a lot of a lot of things they shouldn't be doing. Homeowners, I think they see a leak and they decide I'll do a quick fix. One of the most common things I see is roofing tar, which is not a proper fix. Roofing tar deteriorates over time and will just lead to another leak. I mean, I've seen duct tape around vent pipes where the vent pipe boot must have cracked or deteriorated and started a leak. People have wrapped duct tape around there. Duct tape does not fix everything, unfortunately. And being being the roof is in the sun all the time, obviously duct tape or roofing tar is going to deteriorate pretty quickly. But yeah, roofing tar, it is made for roofs, but again, not a proper fix. Always consult a roofing professional. It'll save you in the long run.
Now, this is a big question, I think, of the last couple of years. Someone's probably watching this right now and considering a metal roof. What's Nathan Durant's thoughts on metal roofs?
Metal roofs are very good. They last quite a bit longer than shingles. They are a little more expensive to install, just the price of steel. The one thing, if it's done properly, the first thing that wears out is actually the screws. They have a rubber grommet on them to protect, obviously, so water doesn't get in there. Those can rubber, obviously, sitting in the sun and the elements deteriorates over time and could potentially cause a leak through one of your screws. But metal roofs are very good roof, very solid roof. Yep.
Now, all right, so tell people how to get a hold of you if they have a question about their roof and what they need to do.
Sure. They can call or text me at 315-263-3693. Email me at nathan@duranthomeinspections.com, or they can contact us through our website, duranthomeinspections.com.
Awesome. There you have it, folks. We went into a little bit of detail about roofs and what Nathan's looking for in an inspection. Please stay tuned, because once springtime comes and it gets a little warmer out, Nathan and I are going to go on top of the roof and we're actually going to show you what's going on and what he's actually looking at. Once again, the goal of this content series is to get as many people as educated as possible as we can about everything real estate. And then with Nathan, we're talking about inspections, obviously. So what better way to learn than getting up on the roof, talking about all the different elements that Nathan is looking at. So please stay tuned for the next videos, guys. And Nathan, I appreciate you joining me today, buddy.
Thanks again, Cameron. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Folks, until next time, we'll talk to you soon.